We went to Sheepyard Flat this weekend, which is approximately 3.5 hours from the Mornington Peninsula, Victoria. We drove up with the horses, and the first thing we did was take them down to the river to get a drink. The boys were obviously very thirsty and very interested in the grass. The ground was a little bit hard, so we decided to shoe Barney. As you can tell, he was beautiful. We then tacked up and hit the trails. We did the Tunnel Bend to Sheepyard Trail, which the boys handled extremely well. There were some very narrow paths, so I definitely wouldn't be taking any horses that you have absolutely no control over, because you will end up down the edge. We then thought we were lost, so Cooper was asking me questions about where we were, but I had no idea. He's the one that's been here before. We found some water, so we took them in there and let them have a drink and a bit of a cool down, because they were very sweaty by this point. It was 31 degrees up and down the hills and in the sun, and the boys were absolutely knackered, so a swim did them very well, and we continued on. And Barney really wanted to lead the whole entire time. He was really good. And Tom's usually the most forward horse I've probably ever ridden, but Barney just completely shows him up, which is very funny. And the views were beautiful. We were riding along the road on the way back for most of the part, and we found more water near our campsite, so we let them have a swim. There was other people playing games and everything there, and the boys were absolutely loving it. And as you can tell, Barney loves to swim, but he's actually very terrible at it, so he can't go in the deep water. So we took their saddles off, and we actually took them back down, and we all had a swim together, and I washed them off with the buckets of water, and obviously washed myself because it was very hot and muggy and gross. And then a bird came and it was eating our food, so I decided to feed it, and it was so stinking cute. I was literally over the moon, and Tom was getting very jealous, and he was standing there watching me trying to feed the bird, and it was holding the food with its hand by itself, and it definitely has experience stealing people's food, as you can see, because it's not afraid of us whatsoever. I was completely fascinated by it, but fun fact, I'm actually scared of birds, but this one was super cute, and Tom really wanted food, so I decided to give him it. And if you've watched any of my previous vlogs, you will know that Tom will literally eat anything you give him. If you want to see, you can go back to my pig and whistle videos, because he loves it when we take him on the pig and whistle trail ride, because kids come up and feed him. As you can tell, he was like, yum, salty. Anyways, so the bird eventually took the food out of my hand, and I was really happy with that. But then after this, everything took a mad turn. A storm started rolling in, and the horses were okay at the beginning because they were so knackered, but after they both had a sleep and everything, they started panicking. Shit was flying everywhere, so we quickly packed up and started driving home. And I was shitting myself. And we were just pretty much driving straight into the storm, but Cooper's car decided to start breaking down on us, and it was only had 3 tyres that were breaking with the horse load on. There was trees all over the road, and we actually started having to brake really hard because we nearly went into one. So my mum met us halfway between Sheepyard and the Mornington Peninsula, and she was awesome, and they picked up the horses and took them home. We got back at 11:30 at night, and Cooper's car is now currently at the mechanic. So happy birthday, Cooper. Sorry that your car shit itself and our holiday got cut short, but yeah.